Hey guys, welcome back. Matt Smolsky here, and I'm back here at Mercedes-Benz of Hoffman Estate. Thank you, by the way, for letting me check out another one of your cool products. So I'm here today to take a first look and review the brand new 2020 Mercedes A220. So this is, as some people call it, the baby Benz. And most people think that in order to get into a Mercedes, you have to spend a lot of money. And by a lot, I mean $80,000 to $100,000 to get into a car such as Mercedes. But very few people know that Mercedes actually have 4 different models that are under $40,000. That start, I should say, under $40,000. Like this model right here is the entry-level sedan, and it actually starts at about $32,480 as an MSRP. Now, if you want to add the 4Matic, which is Mercedes all-wheel drive, you have to spend another $2,000, which brings it up to $34,800. Now, this one has some features that are optional on the vehicle, and that brings the total price of this particular tester to over $42,000. But it does have this AMG styling package, it does have the night package, it does have the AMG wheels that are optional, it does have the premium package, which are kind of cool as well. So anyways, what I want to do is I want to take a look at this vehicle. I want to take a look at the features on the outside, on the inside, take it for a spin. I want to see if that little Benz really lives up to Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing slogan. Now, I want to make sure that they didn't give up any of the quality while making this vehicle. Looking at it, I mean, it looks great. And a couple of fun facts about the A-Class. So A-Class first was introduced back in 1997. Now this is a 4th generation A-Class, but first in the United States. So 2018 was when they first got introduced in the United States. Another fun fact that it is the second Mercedes-Benz in the United States that offers a front-wheel drive. The first one was the CLA, and now this. So there's a couple models available on the A-Class. The A220, the A220 4Matic, which is basically an all-wheel drive version of it, as well as the A35. There's also rumors and plans of AMG 45 coming up, but I was not able to confirm that here. However, the AMG 35 features an AMG enhanced engine, produces 302 horsepower, and gets 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds. So I hope to get behind the wheel of that one day. But for now, we're going to take a look at the regular A220, the cheapest Mercedes that is available, and see if it's really the best or not. We're going to take a look at the exterior, the interior, we're going to take a look at the trunk, underneath the hood, and finally my favorite portion of the review, which means get behind the wheel and test it out. If you're ready, let's go. Alright, so let's take a look at the exterior on this car. This one is finished in this beautiful Patagonia red, which is a premium color on this vehicle. And if you look up front, you can't mistake it for another brand because of this Mercedes 3-pointed star right in the middle of this big, bold, beautiful diamond grille. It also features an LED lights, which are standard on all A classes, and this one is equipped with the AMG styling package, which part of it is that front bumper. It does have those fake impacts, but I gotta say, they're rather cool looking, so it adds to the sportiness or the sporty look of this vehicle. Now, it's also equipped in the night package, which replaces most of the chrome trim around the windows in black. And this one sits on the 19-inch rims. Standard are 17-inch rims, but you do have a choice of about 5 different rims or wheel styles that are available on this car. Continuing to the side, you can see 2 very distinctive body lines. One on the top of the door and the other one is right towards the bottom of the door. Nice clean look, sporty design. So far, I like it. Let's move on to the side. You can see those black mirrors, part of the black package, and they also have the integrated LED turn signals incorporated in it. Moving to the back of the car, again a nice sport AMG styling package. Part of that is that bumper with, again, fake but cool looking intakes. It's got the large LED lights that are specific to an A-Class. You can see the badging. It's an A220. It is a 4Matic model. Exhaust nicely incorporated into the rear bumper, and it does have that sporty bumper look at the bottom as well. So here it is. This is a look on the exterior of this A-Class. Now, while we at it, might as well pop the trunk open and see how much room we have in the trunk. Alright, while I'm on the back of this A-Class, it's time to check out and see how much room it has in its trunk. And you can access the trunk several different ways. One of them is on the door, the other one is on the remote, and this one is also equipped with the hands-free access, where you can actually kick your foot underneath the bumper and it's gonna open the trunk for you. Not very big trunk. I mean, it looks like you can fit some luggage in here, but not too much. Let's see what is underneath here. And here is basically a tow hook. No spare tire, no place to put spare tire. However, I can see that there's a place to put a fix-a-flat tool kit that comes with Mercedes-Benz. What else we have is we have a Mercedes-Benz first aid kit that comes standard with all the cars. But also what's important too, since the trunk is not huge, is to notice that the seats are foldable, and it looks like it is a 40-20-40 split. You know, you can just open that space in the middle if you are going skiing, for example, or carry something that's thin and long just to fit inside of this car. Alright, so let's see what powers up this car. Now, under the hood, it is a 2-liter turbocharged engine producing 188 horsepower and 221 foot-pounds of torque. It is paired with a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, which, quite frankly, on paper, it doesn't look very impressive, but Peter here at Mercedes said that I have to drive it to appreciate it, so that's what I'm gonna do at the end of this video. Now, as far as the specs from 0 to 60, there's kind of some conflicting stories. Mercedes-Benz website says it's 7.1, however, a few reviews that I read up on this car says it's about 6 seconds, 6.1 seconds. Again, it's not a very fast car, but it seems like it has the ability to move, so we'll check it out when I'm driving it. Alright, as always, before I get inside the car, I want to show you what's on the door itself. So, in typical Mercedes fashion, you have your seat controllers right on the side. It's got memory seats. You can program up to 3 different memory positions for the seat. There's a seat heater button to turn on heated seats, and if the vehicle was equipped with the ventilated seats, this button would be right here. You do have the lock-on lock button, polished aluminum door handle, and this is your controls for the mirrors as well as the windows. You do have your trunk release button right on the door itself. Alright, so let's take a look at the interior on this car. So first you see this sports steering wheel, and this again, it's got this red stitching, so it matches the outside color, exterior color, as well as the rest of the seats. Now, as you can probably see on the side over here, it does have this ambient lighting package, so it does illuminate all over the vehicle. Behind this multi-function steering wheel, which got plenty of features on it, hides two screens. Well, the first one is where you can actually see your speedometer, your tachometer, you can see which gear you're in, how many miles to empty, and all that stuff. And right next to it is another screen, and this is part of the premium package. So if you get the premium package, you get the 10.25-inch screen, kind of like we did look at this Mercedes-Benz GLE 63 when they had the 12-inch screens. And since it's a baby Benz, so it does have a little bit smaller screens, but you know, they're very nice, bright, crisp displays. And you can see we're in full sun in here, and as you can see, we're in full sun in here, and you can still see quite nicely of what it says on the screen. So again, just like with the GLE class, you can control a lot of functions using the buttons on the steering wheel itself, or you can control it by touchscreen. Those are all touchscreen screens as well. Now, the thing that I'm not sure about the feature here is the vents. I mean, that kind of look like from the spaceship to me, but it is just a personal preference. It doesn't take anything away from this vehicle, in my opinion. Now, underneath here, you have some auxiliary buttons. Again, these are the buttons that are shortcuts to certain settings. You can set it all up in the MBUX, and you can set it all up the old-fashioned way using the buttons on the bottom here. Now, if you look a little bit further down, here is where this wireless charging is. You can put your cell phone in, and it's actually not a charger, but it will maintain your battery. It's got the USB-C port right here where you can plug in most of your wireless devices, and right here you have the touchpad to control most of the features on the car. Like I said, you can control it several different ways, and here's some shortcuts as well. You can change the different driving modes in here. You can also have a individualized button as well as a shortcut for navi, radio, and telephone. I kind of like the look of this with the brushed aluminum trim. Now you can also get it in different shades, or you can get it in like wood trim or black trim on that car, but this one really looks good with this aluminum trim. And like I said, it's got this ambient lighting package. I'm not sure if or how much of it you're able to see. It's got the lighting package, ambient lighting package. I'm not sure how much you're able to see because of the sun on the outside. Just a couple basic features. You know, you can change the driving modes: individual, comfort, sport, eco. Again, it adjusts the different dynamics of the vehicle. You have the active brake assist, attention assist, electronic stability. Let's go back to that previous screen. Now we're in the sport mode. But anyways, so this is the assistance package. Tension assist, sensitive, standard, or off. You can change that. Go to blind spot assist. You go to vehicle settings, and you can change the dynamic select, all seat adjustment, rear view camera, acoustic lock. What else we have here? Light. As far as light, you have this ambient lighting, exterior lighting delay, interior lighting delay, daytime running lights. You can also control the system in here. So there's several different options that are available in here. Now this also is equipped not only with the touchscreen, but also equipped with the voice commands, and you can control most of the systems with voice. So now, right here on the side you have your light controls and the parking brake. You can turn on the brightness as well. You can control your lights, turn on your fog lights if you wish. Again, everything on the screens can be controlled on those two touchpads and those two buttons on the steering wheel itself. This controls the left screen, and this one controls the right screen right here. So very cool setup. As far as quality, let's see what this is. This is a soft touch, and this is a soft touch. So actually they used the more quality plastic than I was expecting them to in that entry-level model. So I'm pleasantly surprised. Oh, nice cool feature about this car too. Look at this. I'm not sure if you can see it, but let me see. If I turn the heat on, you see how it switched from blue to red, the light? That just to show you that the car is heating up. And if I switch it down, if I switch the temperature to low, it will switch over and it will go and turn blue. So this is a pretty cool feature on this vehicle as well. Again, I'm not sure how much of the ambient lighting you can see, but I want to show you the gas pedal and the brake pedal. Again, kind of sporty looking, part of that AMG package as well. Alright, so let's see how much room is there in the back of this car. I'm gonna try to jump in here and see if I can fit, but just a couple things. Again, I love the red stitching on those seats. I think it looks very classy and very sporty at the same time. Nothing really in the back other than the seats itself. There's no controls other than your regular light, the window controls and the door locks. There's a couple vents right on the side here. That's for air conditioning, of course, and I don't think those can be just adjusted as far as the side to side. But there's a pretty big bump in the middle. That's for the transfer cases, I guess. So the third passenger would have a little bit of a hard time sitting in there. Right, so how about the seats? Yes, you can feel that you're in the compact vehicle, but I think there is enough room for a 6-foot adult like myself to sit in here. I don't think a third person, just because of that bump in the middle, is going to be very comfortable, as well as the seating is not as comfortable as on the driver and passenger side of the car. So it's not profiled for a third passenger. But in case of emergency, definitely a third person could fit in here. And it also does have 3 seat belts in the back, and it also has 3 hooks for the child seat. So there's actually 3 child seats can be installed in the back here as well. All right, while I'm in the back of this A-Class, it's time to check out and see how much room it has in its trunk. And you can access the trunk several different ways. One of them is on the door, the other one is on the remote, and this one is also equipped with the hands-free access, where you can actually kick your foot underneath the bumper and it's gonna open the trunk for you. Not very big trunk. It looks like you can fit some luggage in here, but not too much. Let's see what is underneath here. And here is basically a tow hook. No spare tire, no place to put spare tire. However, I can see that there's a place to put a fix-a-flat tool kit that comes with Mercedes-Benz. What else we have is we have a Mercedes-Benz first aid kit that comes standard with all the cars. But also what's important too, since the trunk is not huge, is to notice that the seats are foldable, and it looks like it is a 40-20-40 split. You know, you can just open that space in the middle if you are going skiing, for example, or carry something that's thin and long just to fit inside of this car. So that is a pretty cool feature, actually. Hey everyone, so I'm behind the wheel of this Mercedes-Benz A220, and like I mentioned when we looked at the engine, it's 188 horsepower, 222 foot-pound of torque, 7-speed automatic transmission. Doesn't look very exciting on paper. We'll see. Peter claims that it drives a lot better than it looks on paper, so I really hope that that's the case. But so far, I gotta tell you, before I even take it for a spin, I'm very impressed with the quality of this car. I mean, it really does feel like Mercedes. So, so far they're living up to their the best or nothing expectations, and I'm really pleased with the way that it turns out. The display is a little bit smaller. It's a 10.25 inch display versus the 12.3 inch display, as you can see on the more expensive models. The steering wheel, the multi-function steering wheel, is about the same. It's got the same features on it. It's got the same controller for the MBUX. One thing I haven't checked out yet, and maybe we'll do it right now. Let's take a look at the backup camera. So in order to activate the backup camera, obviously you got to put the vehicle in reverse, and wow, this is one of the things that I like. Now this one doesn't have the 360 camera, it's just a narrow angle and the wide angle, but what a quality of picture. This is probably one of the best I've seen, and I've had a C-Class before. It was the same quality as this little A-Class. Anyway, so let's get out of this camera. Now this particular car does not have a navigation system. It's not equipped with a navigation system. However, it does come equipped with the Android Play and Apple CarPlay. So if you have any of those phones, you can certainly use navigation off of your phone in order to navigate to wherever you want to go. So I won't be able to check out the navigation, but if it's anything like the one that we checked out on the GLE Coupe, it's awesome. Well, let's take it for a spin and see how this little thing handles itself on the road. So I'm going to start off in comfort mode. To see how that feels. It's been a while since I've driven a compact car, so it might not be as big as I'm normally used to driving cars, but it's definitely comfortable. It's definitely quiet so far. Now it is 2.0 liter engine, so it's probably not going to make a lot of noise, even when I floor it, which of course I'm not going to do. It's not my car, so I'm just going to try to pick up some acceleration here and there. Right, so it's pretty responsive. Again, when I'm at the light, I'd like to put it in the sport mode. So, let's see what sport mode. There you go. I mean, it does sound a little bit louder, and it does move. I mean, obviously it's not an AMG, but let's see if we can do the pedal shifters here. 7-speed automatic transmission. It shows you which gear you're in. It shows you when to upshift or downshift depending on the speed that you're going to, which is a pretty cool feature. Switch it back to comfort mode, and this one just tells me that the tire pressure is a little bit uneven. It's 40, 41, and 39. So I mean, that's also a cool feature on the car. It tells you air pressure inside of each wheel. Now there's also options, like I said, there's options for like the multimedia package, which would include your regular navigation system, or you know, an upgraded stereo system like Burmeister that's available. This one's got the regular stereo system. It's not available. This particular tester does not have a Burmeister stereo. But if you're not a big audiophile and you don't really care for the nice stereo, that could be enough for you. Turn on the radio and see how it feels. Of course, there's people driving like idiots. I gotta tell you, I just said that I'm not a big audiophile and I'm not a big stereo fan. I really wish that this car had Burmeister stereo. Huge difference, huge difference. This one might be loud, but it's definitely, you can't hear the static, but you can hear the sound is not as clear. So, you know, definitely one of the features that I would pick if I was looking for an A-Class is the upgraded stereo. Navigation, I can care less. I mean, I use my phone for navigation for most of the time, and if I can use it with the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, you know, I can certainly do that as well on display. But as far as drive, I mean, it's very responsive. It's got a nice pickup. You can't really feel the turbo lag. So, I mean, it's almost instant, which is very nice for a small vehicle. It's a nice, smooth ride. Really enjoying it. I hope you, at least, I know you didn't get the real feel for it because you're not behind the wheel and I am, haha. But I hope that this at least gives you an idea that this Benz is a real Benz, that it's not a baby Benz, meaning, as I was saying, that this is not an afterthought kind of car. This is not a car that, you know, Mercedes thought they're gonna produce just to produce because they felt that you know, people who are not wealthy should drive a Mercedes. No, a lot of design, a lot of thinking, a lot of planning must have went into designing of this beautiful, I can say, vehicle. It feels very solid. It feels very nice. The quality is there. I can definitely give it the thumbs up as far as the quality, as far as the performance, as far as the features. I just love this color on it too, the Patagonia red. Yes, it's a $720 option, but it doesn't look like anything else that you see on the road. Nice deep red, especially complemented with the black package, the styling package, AMG package on it. Wow, I'm really impressed by this car. What can I say? I think if you're looking for you know, something that gets you into this Mercedes world, this would be the perfect transition. And then, you know, as time goes up, maybe move up to another model. But I want to take a look at a couple different ones that are under 40, hopefully soon. So I want to post those as well, and hopefully they're just as well designed as this one. But for the time being, big thumbs up to Mercedes, and thank you, Mercedes. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If this video was useful, if you like it, please hit like and subscribe. Check out my channel, see if there's anything else that you like on it. I really appreciate every single view, and I hope to see you in my next video. Cheers.